Hello, welcome or welcome back. Today I am talking about how to love yourself. Loving yourself is a term that gets bandied around quite a bit. It's obviously something that's super important and we all need to be doing, but what exactly does it mean? I want to explain in this video, so stick around. My name is Hedley Derenzie and I am a qualified life coach and author. I am also super passionate about the amazing teachings of the law of assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville Goddard. It is the stories we tell that create our life. So if you want to change your life, then you have to change the story. And if you want to create the most amazing life, then you need to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that is why I am here. Since rediscovering these teachings, I'm now telling myself much better stories, and I want to help you to do the same. So if you would like to work with me and get a little bit more support with that, I am available for one-to-one coaching. I also have a free 21-day Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course, which you can access immediately. Or if you just want to stay connected, I am available, or I am on Instagram, and all of those details are in the box below. So check those out. Okay, let's get into this. So today I wanted to talk about this concept of loving yourself. This is a term that gets thrown around a lot, especially obviously in the self-help and the personal development industry. I have been kind of wrestling with this term for a long time. Like, I want to love myself. It is about loving yourself, but what does that really mean? Like, how do you really love yourself? It is not until I rediscovered the law of assumption and these teachings that have enabled me to finally understand what it means to love yourself and to how to put that into practice, because it's a very conceptual term. I think you'd agree, like, yeah, love yourself. We all want to love ourselves, but like, how do you do that and what does it actually mean? So I wanted to clarify that so that you can really put it into practical action in your life, because of course it's super important to love ourselves. We need to love ourselves. We want to love ourselves. You know, it feels good to love ourselves. But a lot of times it's like, I don't really know what that means. Like, how do you do that? What does that, like, you can say affirmations and do nice things for yourself, but I want to break the term down so that you know exactly what it means. If we're talking about loving ourselves, we need to first of all ask the question, well, who are we? Like, what does it mean to love yourself? We have to know who we are so that we can know who we're loving. And the law of assumption can really help us with that, because at our core, we are consciousness. That is who we are. We are consciousness. We are God, and God is imagination. That is at the core of our being. This body that we are inhabiting is an expression of consciousness that we have stepped into in this physical reality so that we can experience ourselves as consciousness through our physical sensations. This body will die. This body is subject to the laws of the physical universe, which means whatever comes into the physical universe must die. So essentially, Neville calls it the world of death. We are in the world of death because whatever comes into manifestation must leave as well. However, we do not die. Consciousness never dies. Consciousness is ongoing. It never dies, so it can never be destroyed. So that is what is real. Whatever can be destroyed is not real. Whatever cannot be destroyed is what is real. That's why consciousness is the one and only reality. Consciousness is who we are at the core of who we are. So that's the first part of that question. So if we know who we are, then we know what we're loving. So to love ourselves, we are loving our consciousness. We are loving consciousness. We're loving our imagination. Now, what do you do when you love something? You pay it attention. You give it your time. You give it your attention. You turn towards it. You invest in it. You are with it. You want to be with it. So to love yourself really means to turn towards your consciousness, to be in relationship with your consciousness, to pay attention to your consciousness, to be present with your consciousness, which is your imagination. So that means we are creating the realities that we want to experience. We're speaking kind thoughts in consciousness. That's what it means to love ourselves. We're paying attention to it. We are speaking kindly of it. We are giving it our time and attention. That's what it means to love. So to love yourself is to pay attention to your consciousness, to your imagination, giving it time and attention every single day, and taking your senses and your awareness away from this physical world, which is just the outpicturing of consciousness, and investing your time and attention in creating new realities and to giving life to your desires in your imagination so that reality can catch up and reflect that back to you, which is why we're here. We're not here to be in a rat race. We're not here to repeat the same old every single day. We're not here to let reality inform our consciousness, but to let reality inform consciousness unconsciously, which means we're just letting things come into our consciousness and assuming that that's the way things are without taking the time to create new realities. That's not why we're here. Of course, we have free will to do whatever we want to do with our godly power, which is our imagination. So if you are letting reality inform your consciousness and your imagination, you have free will to do that, and you can spend your entire life doing that if that's what you want. However, that is not why you came here. You came to experience your godliness and to give life to the desires that come through you, and we do that all in our imagination, in our consciousness. So loving yourself is turning towards consciousness and creating the realities that you want to experience and giving life to your desires that are moving through you, that want to be expressed, but they come first in consciousness. So when I really got that changed everything for me. And then you can apply that to all sorts of concepts, like what does it mean to commit to yourself? Let's say your specific person is not committing to you. They are reflecting back what you are doing to yourself. So if your specific person is not committing to you, that's because you are not committing to you. So then the question becomes, well, how do I commit to myself? Well, now that you know who you are, that you are consciousness, that is the core of who you are, that is the truth of who you are, then you want to commit to your consciousness. And how do you commit to something? You show up to it every day. You give it your time and attention every day. You put effort into it every day. That's what commitments mean. And you don't give up on yourself. You don't give up on consciousness. You continue to show up day after day after day after day. That is commitment. And you want to be doing that with your consciousness every single day and creating new realities and giving life to your desires, because that's why you're here. And when you do that, when you commit to yourself, when you love yourself, when you're kind to yourself, when you want yourself, when you're paying attention to yourself, meaning yourself being consciousness, reality has to reflect that worthiness and that deservingness back in all these beautiful, wonderful, mysterious ways. And reality will reflect back, because reality is a reflection of consciousness, and consciousness is the one and only reality. You are choosing consciousness. You are being with consciousness. You are showing up for consciousness. And within that, you are creating realities for yourself. You are knowing that you are the creator of your reality. You're the God of your reality. So that is what it means to love yourself. It's to show up for your consciousness, to use it wisely and consciously, and to create the highest ideals for yourself and everyone in your movie. Because if you love yourself, then you love all of the reflections of yourself. And if a reflection shows up that you don't love, that you're like, oh, this is a bit uncomfortable, I don't like this reflection, bring it in, pay it attention. What is that reflection showing about you? How is this reflection it's helping you indirectly? I've given you another example about that. You want to show up to you and learn from your reflections, creating the new ideal of you. You do all of this in consciousness. And if you're not, then you're not paying attention to yourself. You're not loving yourself. You're not investing in yourself. And then if you're looking out into your reality, expecting others to do that, they will not. They will just be reflecting back what you are doing to you. So if you're looking to another person to give you something, and they're not giving it to you, you first have to ask, am I doing that for myself? And if you're not, go within consciousness. That is where you will find everything you need. All of your wealth, your happiness, your joy, your abundance, your success exists in your consciousness. That's where everything starts. Go there, create it there, and hold it there, and know that reality will eventually catch up and reflect that back. Please remember, you are the creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. This is my wish for you. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please feel free to like, comment, and share with your family and friends. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you. Thanks, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.